everybody? Happy fucking Wednesday! It is Christy Unleashed, and I am your host, Christy Miller, and I'm so excited because my permanent co-host, who is amazing, and you may recognize him from last week.
You know what's sad is during this pandemic, that's my credit. That's my credit now.
You may have seen this guy last week. But I'm so happy because he's like the Robin to my Howard, the Thelma to my Louise, the Captain to my Tennille. Give it up for Mark Riccadonna.
Yay! Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be on here and be with you. And you're shaking me up. You're making me get a little crazier than I normally do.
Okay, I'm making a man out of you is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, I mean the other 23 days, I'm basically a house husband and a dad. So for this hour, I get to be a badass.
Fuck yeah! Fuck them kids. Ew.
Well, we got a story. We got a story that basically says that coming up.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot of stories coming up. We got a lot of bullshit for you guys this week, and it's
oh boy,
hilarious. I'm so excited. And but before we get started, though, Mark, you hit the workout this morning finally.
I did. I'm inspired. I'm inspired by working with you. I
so
exercised. I actually exercised. Clothes were like, why is this getting wet? It's not raining.
Getting off the toilet does not constitute a squat. Good night,
folks.
I'm very proud of you, you fuck. All right. Speaking of fucking idiots, should we kick this show off?
Hell yeah.
It's the worst segue ever. All right, you guys, you asked for it. We're bringing it to you. It is time to be. All right, motherfuckers. It is tea time at Governor's Radio Land, honey. And boy, do we have the man of the hour, Caitlyn Jenner. A better athlete than both of us combined. This big dick bitch is weighing in on trans girls should not compete in girls sports because it just isn't fair. It's just not fair because, you know, they're born boys and then they're in the girls' school and they're working out with the girls. Shut up.
She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a lady.
I don't know where I stand on this.
You know, I'm mixed about it because at that age, at like 14 and 15, you really think the big burly macho guys playing football are really transitioning? Really?
Yeah.
I think it's more of the sissy boys that run and play basketball stuff that's like nobody cares. You know what I mean? Like it's not competitive. It's not like that.
So I had to wrestle a kid, Drew Sparks, in high school, who was like a complete tremendous. He went to a big school for wrestling. He also, I think, tried out for the Olympics, and he broke a state record when he wrestled me. He got the fastest pin.
Why? Because you're a bitch.
Yeah. And I was less afraid. I was less afraid to wrestle that guy than I was for my buddy Steve, who had to wrestle a girl. Because this is a time when dudes are going through a lot of hormones and like grow, and we're like, dude, I'd rather get my ass kicked in front of the entire school by this guy than pop a boner because you were wrestling a girl.
Or the fact that girls, we play dirty, yo. And when you guys are going through puberty, when you're doing your Peter Brady, when it's time to change, I will fuck you up on that mat. Don't even act like you're a man at 15 with your puberty and your zits. Get the fuck out of my face. I will crush you, my brother. And the fact that anybody that does any butch macho sport, its chances are don't want to be a woman. The decathlon, how butch was that? Not really. You know, I'm serious. Like nobody, like I do powerlifting and I have competed against trans lifters that were beasts and but it didn't bother me because this guy was born a dude, you know?
Yeah.
He's 6'2" and 270. My numbers aren't going to compete with that. You know, she's got to, pull more numbers. So I'm good. Fuck this bitch. You know what? You think people are really going into female sports because they can't win at boy sports? Really? That's not the case.
And that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And the fact that, like, my best friend, Ellen Stein, she's 69 years old, a 14-time champion world powerlifter. She's still competing. She's 5 feet tall, 129 pounds, deadlifts 445, squats 420, and benches 230.
Damn.
Do you really think I'm worried about Stephanie, or whatever the fuck his name is this week, because he was a man last Tuesday? Do you really think I give a fuck about him when I got Grandma Dynamite over here making me look like a bitch?
Grandma Dynamite!
because she's fucking a real woman and she's 100, that makes me look bad. I don't give a fuck about the dude. I'm like, dude, you and me, we got to kick this old. When is this bitch gonna die? You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Like, I can handle the dude. I can't handle Grandma Dynamite fucking me up on the platform. That's embarrassing. When an old lady walks up and outlifts you.
That's why I take silver sneaker classes, so I can compete.
So you can kick all their asses.
I'm the third strongest person in my silver sneakers class.
Next to Ellen Stein. Well, Caitlyn Jenner is going to join you on your silver sneakers because, I don't lift weights anymore because I'm a woman. Because I am Caitlyn Jenner and I represent the LGBTQ LMNOP YMCA 867-5309 B12. B12. Bingo. Like anybody gives a fuck what this big dick bitch has to say. I'm sorry. But kids in school, I can understand guys, in their 20s and 30s competing, when they're older and more seasoned athletes and develop more. But these kids, their nuts haven't even dropped yet and they're competing. So what? And half of these sissies I'm more man than they'll ever be. Like, I'm hung like a vagina, but my dick's bigger than all these fucking guys. You know what I mean? Like, come on, who cares? They're kids. And if you're so upset about it, make a trans division. There'd be one person, they would win everything.
And they would, first place, because there'd be like 2 in Ohio, 1 in Iowa,
14 in Nebraska, and 86,000 in California. Who cares? Then you know what? Step up your game. Step up your fucking game, because this bitch is taking estrogen to cancel out her test. So step up your game. Take testosterone. Shoot up. Do steroids. Beat these bitches. Come on now. Bitch, come on. I guess all that makeup and hair and, dick taping and all that shit. Now Caitlyn Jenner, she's running for governor of California. Because who better to represent California?
Famed Olympic gold medalist Caitlyn Jenner is now entering a new race for the governor of California.
I've always been a dreamer. California was once the envy of the world. We had what everyone else wanted. The American dream grew up here. Yet career politicians and their policies have destroyed that dream. It's been locked away, closed, shuttered, left in the dark, burned down. The government is now involved in every part of our lives. They've taken our money, our jobs, and our freedom. California needs a disruptor, a compassionate disruptor. I came here with a dream 48 years ago to be the greatest athlete in the world. Now I enter a different kind of race, arguably my most important one yet: to save California. I want to carry the torch for the parents who had to balance work and their child's education, for business owners who were forced to shut down, for pastors who were not able to be with their congregation, for the family who lost their home in a fire, for an entire generation of students who lost a year of education. This past year has redefined our career politicians as elitists, and the people of California as the warriors, the kings, and the angels. We never take kindly to glass ceilings here. Instead, we shatter them.
This one's way out there.
We're the trailblazers, the innovators. California is facing big hurdles. Now, we need leaders who are unafraid to leap to new heights.
He does not want to finish second in this race. He wants the world record.
Who are unafraid to challenge and to change the status quo.
I want to prove that it is absolutely possible if we only do it together.
California, it's time to reopen our schools, reopen our businesses, reopen the Golden Gates. So I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, I'm running to be governor for all Californians. To reclaim our true identity, to bring back the gold to the Golden State.
What a tremendous victory.
Now is the time to achieve that summit, to be the shining city on the hill, and together we'll restore and renew the California dream.
Jenner is driving.
It's about what happens from here. It's not just about one person. It's about all of us.
This big dick bitch.
I just feel like, what's the qualification that Caitlyn Jenner feels that she has to run? I mean, like, I felt the same way about Arnold.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ugh. I voted for Larry Flint. That was my last year living in California. I voted for Flint that year.
There you go.
Because, come on, Larry Flint.
If someone's gonna fuck you, might as well be somebody
You get paid.
in the business.
Right? That does business of fucking you. And the fact is, he would have legalized prostitution and weed all at the same time. California's deficit would have been gone in a faster than an open mic set. I think we proved that this pandemic with Miss OnlyFans, darling. Oh. But yeah, Schwarzenegger. You suck when Schwarzenegger's like, "Don't run, don't do it, don't do it."
Don't do that.
Don't run for governor.
He said that running for governor is the second worst decision he's ever made.
What was the first one? Fucking your maid and getting her pregnant and hiding the kid for 13 years.
Shade. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner going. And not. I think the being a woman is one of the more solid choices.
That's probably the
made.
smartest thing she's ever done.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like that whole time during all those years on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when Bruce would just sit there with his little loosely pulled back ponytail and khakis and, you know, a nice comfortable shoe, sitting on the couch, just sitting there. You know, the whole time in his head, he was thinking like the Joker. When do they get a load of me?
I mean, just thinking, just sitting there going, what did I do wrong with my life that I'm listening to these bitches? Like,
they made you
I have
rich,
gold
bitch.
medals.
Yeah.
I have gold medals. I've done shit with my life. Why am I taking a back seat to these bitches?
Yeah, that's why he sat there and went, wait till they get a load of me. You know, and your own kids won't even back you on your campaign. They're with Arnold. Like, they're, no, sit down with your big dick.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
God, they should just cancel. They're gonna cancel her right now. Like, they're just cancel her. Just be done. She's gonna do something stupid. Look at her fucking history. Just you know, find some dirty tapes on her and just cancel the bitch.
If she had a really good sense of humor, I would vote for her.
Yeah.
Like if she was like, look what I made disappear. Look what I could do to your fucking economy. I can make the deficit tape away.
Yep, just tape it up and go. If you can't fix it, duck it. Oh, I love it. Trans everywhere. And speaking of like non-binary, Julia Sweeney, SNL's beloved Julia Sweeney. Remember her?
I love her.
Love Julia. And she had one of my favorite characters back then. It's Pat. Oh.
You know,
I'm wearing my comfortable shoes from Fava. And her wife, husband Terry. Remember? And Chris.
Terry and Chris.
It was such a classic character because it just told on everybody how they reacted to her. Like she was totally cool with who she was, and everybody around was like all uncomfortable and shit.
Yeah.
Freaking out. That was the gag. And now she's going back and apologizing for this character before anybody's even canceled her or come out about it. And then she's sitting there going, I would have made her prettier. Really?
Then it wouldn't have been funny.
Exactly. The whole
Chris
gag
Farley's
is hell.
Chris Farley sitting next to Patrick Swayze is only funny because he's so out of shape.
Yeah,
and he still could dance.
Yeah, because he's the exact. It's like a before and after picture.
Yeah,
and Chris Farley was so great in his own skin. Like he
owned that dance.
Owned every pound of his funny. And just went for the go. He would just go right for the jugular with the funny and just owned it. And he was brilliant. And same with this character. She went right into it and just made her so lovable and so funny and smart that, and now she's trying to apologize. Don't stop with this fucking shit.
If anything, it allows and it points out to people like myself who aren't as woke as, as people would like, for everyone to be. It allows you to have a laugh and go, God, I've been in that situation where I don't know what to say. Or even like when we were just talking about Caitlyn Jenner, like I get a little nervous about if I'm going to say the wrong pronoun or the wrong whatever. It allows you to have a laugh at it. Like, fuck it. Can we just laugh about shit a little bit and like take
and
pressure
just be
off?
people? Yeah, and just be people and just roast each other.
And
that's
that
the
character,
best part.
If that character was attractive, nobody would care. It wouldn't be funny.
There wouldn't be no angst around it because she was hot.
Yeah.
The angst was that she was awkward and quirky and goofy and uncomfortable and awkward, she didn't, socially inept, and that was the best part of it.
Yeah. Can I say real fast?
No.
A shout out to Julius. I'm gonna say it anyway, bitch. Jan Hooks and Julia Sweeney are the most underappreciated actors on SNL. Do you remember how funny those two were? And they both worked so well, but Phil Hartman was the ultimate straight guy. So it's like it's hard to work next to Superman and not get noticed. But
yeah,
I mean, they were unbelievable working with that group, and they were that funny.
Oh, Jan Hooks was hysterical, and they were both just so great. And she's like, I was a little narcissistic. I was a little like, I'm so great. You need to put me in every sketch. Well, every Saturday Night Live alumni thinks that. I'm so funny. I need to be in every sketch. Well, do you though? You don't. You really don't.
I thought she was so effective, and Jan Hooks and Phil Hartman were the ultimate duo. There's no better duo. I know people are going to say Aykroyd and what's her name? I can see her face. I'm so bad with names.
I know.
But Hooks and they're the best. They were the best duo.
You mean Gilda Radner? Is that who you're thinking of?
Not Gilda.
The blonde one. Yeah.
Jane Curtin.
Yes. Jane Curtin was.
They were a great duo, but Jan Hooks and Phil Hartman were the best.
Yeah. Love them. That's it. They don't make Saturday Night Live the way they used to.
No, well, they have to tiptoe around everything now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of duos, power duos. Josh Duggar enters Arkansas jail following child porn charges.
Speaking of power bottom, he's about to get it. Star of 9 and counting, and all he has are those poor 4 inches.
19 and counting. That's what he says when he looks at child pornography. And his tally of how many kids he's molested. 19 and counting.
He calls the baby unit at the hospital the porgy orgy. He likes children because their hands are little and it makes his dick look big.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. And they're easy to catch. You know, the fucking, you know, child ward or whatever you call that shit, the baby ward is like the 2-minute free clip you get on Pornhub before you have to subscribe.
If this dude, and it doesn't look like he's not guilty, I hope he gets it when he's in jail.
Well, this dude was also a few years ago accused of molesting a bunch of young girls, including 4 of his sisters.
Jesus Christ.
4 of his sisters, and they just said, you just apologize and it'll go away. You know, that Christian thing to do. Just apologize and we'll just sweep it under the rug.
Well, the Christians
and then meanwhile,
turn the other cheek.
Yeah, so I can
They
really
mean
get
butt cheek.
Yeah, they say turn the other cheek so I can stick it in your ass. Because if you only fuck them in the ass, still keeps the virginity in the panani. Right with Jesus. So
can I tell you something?
No.
I had to look up who the fuck Josh Duggar was.
I know.
When you sent the article, I'm like, who's this fucking goofy bastard?
Right? And I love that his wife goes, well, he molested 4 of his sisters, probably all of our kids, so let's get pregnant with another one and make it 7, you know?
It's the Arkansas thing to do.
Yeah, well, let's just keep making babies so he won't molest outside of the home.
Oh my God!
You know, you don't want to cheat on your kids. So you Woody Allen the shit out of your house and you plant them. And you grow your own pussy in the fucking house.
Oh my God!
That's why.
You're fucking, you're right.
But and he's pleading not guilty. Yeah, okay. Good luck to that.
I slipped on a banana peel and fell in the kid's ass.
100 times. Because it just felt so good.
Oh, that guy's gonna get it in prison.
Oh, I can't wait.
Cellmate's a black little.
Wait. She's 12 years old. How does she have dementia?
Well, and if that becomes a truth, that means every celebrity who does something nuts is going to fall back on that.
Yeah. Oh, I had dementia. No, you weren't high on drugs. You were on dementia.
Yeah, I was smoking some dementia that I got from behind the 7-Eleven, and yeah, that's why I shaved my head.
Yeah, I did a few lines of dementia with Sam Kinison back in the 80s. Oh my God. Like this dude needs to go. Like he's saying she had dementia and he's like controlling her life. And they have that whole Free Britney documentary. Of course I watched it. I live, but
I was going to say, like, you didn't watch.
Oh, I live for that shit. And it was all her fans and people that worked with her and all this shit that like did this whole documentary that she had nothing to do with. And, you know, and they said in the documentary that she's got another, because of that documentary, it garnered her another court date to repeal her dad's conservatorship because she wants this other big bank people, there's other lawyers to represent her and be the conservators. And she wants her dad out. So the last court ruling, they said they'll split it between the two. The dad can't make decisions without her choices and vice versa. So now it's a split conservatorship. Now Britney is set to speak in court on June 23rd.
why do we have this thing making fun of stage moms when clearly between Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan, we have a problem with stage dads?
Yeah.
Like, stage dads are probably more disgusting.
Yeah. Stage moms are living vicariously through their daughters because they failed at their career choices. So their daughters, their second chance at beauty and stardom. So they interject all their shit into their kids. Look at us getting all Dr. Phil.
I know.
And
Let me go get a mustache.
Right.
Put it on. All right, tell me more.
And cash me outside. How about that? And then
what happened to that bitch, by the way?
Oh, she's rapping. She's got record deals. And then, yeah, she was just in the news about her. She went to that camp that Paris Hilton and all them went to, that the troubled teens camp, and she was like molested and shit. Honey, I go to the troubled teens.
They caught her outside.
Yeah, they caught her outside. How about that?
How about that shit?
Right? I just go to those teen camps for the dick. Anyway, so.
All right, Duggar.
Yeah, right. You dug her. You brought her. Use the word dug her in a sentence. Well, I planted some kids in the backyard and I dug her up and fucked her. You know? All I'm saying is that, Britney, I hope you get your conservativeship back. You don't have dementia. You've just been fucking steamrolled. You've been raped by your dad and fucking ruled by your mother. And it's sad. Yeah. So I'm glad I don't have parents. What? But it's getting dirty like that. Like, and the parents are fighting now. Like Lynn's saying the dad was too controlling, and then they're saying Lynn's crazy. Like the parents, Jamie and whatever. It's just like, it's just a whole Dr. Phil. Like Dr. Phil should be totally doing this shit, not the courts.
Yeah, we need a guy that has sayings that make no sense fixing America.
Yeah, and with a fake doctorate in psychology.
Well, you know,
Cracker Jack box.
One chicken in the roost isn't enough to lay an egg. The fuck are you talking about?
Because he's drunk.
His coffee is just straight bourbon.
Oh.
He doesn't even hide it.
And the tears of teenage girls. Good night. Speaking of people that died, I don't even know what that's. Speaking of tears, how about that one? Olympia Dukakis. Oh, we lost her. We lost Olympia. So we put her on a milk carton. We'll find her soon. Good night.
Olympia.
Oh, I loved her and like Cher's taking it really hard. Mama's taking it really hard.
Let's,
you know, they did
let's
Moonstruck.
cut to Cher. What does Cher have to say about this?
Well, Cher actually tweeted, because that's what Cher does. Cher tweets everything, like with 1,400 emojis and all capitals and spelt wrong, you know. And it's just it's like grandma tweets. Yeah, it's grandma tweets. It's just it's so great. Like, if you don't follow Cher on Twitter, just follow her. It's amazing, because half the shit you don't even know what the fuck she's talking about, because she's
constantly putting eggplants.
Yeah, and oranges, because oranges and or Trump and eggplants are the good dick she had last night. So Cher tweets to Olympia Dukakis, because you know she's dead and she can read it from heaven.
Twitter's everywhere.
Olympia Dukakis was an amazing Academy Award-winning actress. Olympia played my mom in Moonstruck. You know, it's hard to believe, sweetie, somebody's older than me. And even though her part was that of a suffering wife, we all the time she would tell me how much she loved Louis, her handsome husband, talented husband. I talked to her 3 weeks ago. R.I.P., dear one. Like, girl.
I heard Olympia Dukakis is going to do the when they revive Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! And she'll come up as the Crypt Keeper, and she'll just be like, "Do you love him, Loretta? I love him awful." That's a line from Moonstruck, kids.
For those of you,
I love Cher. It's just sad. It's sad because we're getting old. Everybody's dying. Cher's at that age where all her friends are dying because she's 1,000.
We should do an episode of you just reading all of Cher's greatest hits on Twitter.
We'll do it on your show, Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. I'll just do Cher's tweets, and we'll just do a bit that's to read the daily tweets from Cher.
And what did Cher have to say about that?
But you know who I can't fucking stand, and I wish was dead and Olympia was alive? Ted Nugent.
Oh.
Ted Nugent, anti-vaxxer Ted Nugent says satanic haters trolled me during his COVID battle.
The fact that he got COVID proves there's a God.
Yeah, and the fact